ones slaved and oppressed, who never really know what's coming next. We the ones never on top, always getting harassed by a cop. We the ones, the only people on earth without a true nationality. Yeah, we the ones, the only nation of people disconnected from their families. 40 days and 40 nights, 40 years and mad fights, 400 years being oppressed. We shed so many tears, it's none left. My way to lament is get bent, sip a shot of some Henny and roll hemp. Play something that's fire and let me vent. The flows keep getting higher, they like rent. We truly come from kings and high priests. Now we're ruled by kids in high seats. We were bought and sold like a commodity, considered less than human, we just property. We the ones with a story so ill like some consider it a fable. We the ones, know it gotta be real, if it wasn't they wouldn't hate you. We the ones kept in the dark, who they lied to from the very start. We the ones mocked and abused, call a bunch of names people never used. We the ones, yeah, we took that whooping and kept cooking. We the ones, but what goes round comes back round, so good looking. You can't have yin without a yang. Life needs balance to maintain. You can't have friends without a foe these days. Can't trust nobody, you never know. As you walk around, just know some people will love and some will hate you, but never keep your head down. Heads high, you should walk with pride and stay faithful. God first, never in church, I'm more spiritual. I take time crafting my verse, I'm more lyrical. It's hard work, feet in the dirt, more physical. Then after that I light up some purpose like a ritual. We the ones walking around, it gets deep, you gotta watch what you eat. So stay woke, get dough while you hold it down. Keep a peace, but always seek peace and keep hope. We the ones kept in the dark, who they lied to from the very start. We the ones mocked and abused, call a bunch of names people never used. We the ones, yeah, we took that whooping and kept cooking. We the ones, but what goes round comes back round, so good looking. We the ones slaved and oppressed, who never really know what's coming next. We the ones never on top, always getting harassed by a cop. We the ones, the only people on earth without a true nationality. Yeah, we the ones, the only nation of people disconnected from their families. 40 days and 40 nights, 40 years and mad fights, 400 years being oppressed. We shed so many tears, it's none left. My way to lament is get bent, sip a shot of some Henny and roll hemp. Play something that's fire and let me vent. The flows keep getting higher, they like rent. We truly come from kings and high priests. Now we're ruled by kids in high seats. We were bought and sold like a commodity, considered less than human, we just property. We the ones with a story so ill like some consider it a fable. We the ones, know it gotta be real, if it wasn't they wouldn't hate you. We the ones kept in the dark, who they lied to from the very start. We the ones mocked and abused, call a bunch of names people never used. We the ones, yeah, we took that whooping and kept cooking. We the ones, but what goes round comes back round, so good looking. You can't have yin without a yang. Life needs balance to maintain. You can't have friends without a foe these days. Can't trust nobody, you never know. As you walk around, just know some people will love and some will hate you, but never keep your head down. Heads high, you should walk with pride and stay faithful. God first, never in church, I'm more spiritual. I take time crafting my verse, I'm more lyrical. It's hard work, feet in the dirt, more physical. Then after that I light up some purpose like a ritual. We the ones walking around, it gets deep, you gotta watch what you eat. So stay woke, get dough while you hold it down. Keep a peace, but always seek peace and keep hope. We the ones kept in the dark, who they lied to from the very start. We the ones mocked and abused, call a bunch of names people never used. We the ones, yeah, we took that whooping and kept cooking. We the ones, but what goes round comes back round, so good looking. We the ones slaved and oppressed.
This episode of the Cab Grand Rising Show is brought to you by Autochthonous Assembly, where the real work gets done. For the first-time visitors who may be wondering who Autochthonous Assembly is, Autochthonous Assembly, or A2 for short, is a gathering of minds that do the work. A2 is a non-profit organization dedicated to raising up Indigenous Americans' voices by using genealogy, also known as family history or family tree. Genealogy is the study of families and the tracing of their lineages in history. Genealogists use oral interviews, historical records, genetic analysis, and other records to obtain information about a family and to demonstrate kinship and pedigrees of its members. Autochthonous Assembly's core values are the foundation of its company, essential to its success, and serves as the lens through which it evaluates every business decision. The core values are integrity, know and do what is right, respect, treating others the way you want to be treated, responsibility, embrace opportunities to contribute, servant leadership, serve the common good. Along with a key emphasis on genealogy, A2 is also committed to providing our communities with information and access to available grants and funding through the Department of Housing and Urban Development, the United States Department of Agriculture, the Farm Service Agency, and other departments and agencies that offer programs to help them become self-sufficient. Building on a strong community reputation, Autochthonous Assembly continues to strengthen the growth of the relationship and development of our communities. Peace and Grand Rising.
Warning, warning, warning. Hard hats, pickaxe, shovels, boots required.
Mic check 1 2. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. The sound blanked out for a second.
Everybody still with us?
And can we get a show of ones in the chat just to make sure that the sound is back?
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Can we be heard? What? Gabrielle, you know. We went all up in the chat. What Pamela Hall doing here?
I'm saying if you want to, you can start the background over again.
Okay.
Without that.
Background. Mic check. Everybody hear me? All right. P.I.H. My bad. P.I.H. is who's that now? What's going on here? Gabrielle, come in the room. Everybody with me? All right. A lot going on. You got mad stuff going on right now.
You said,
Let me go get my other phone so I can come in the room and leave too.
You said,
I wasn't distracted at all. Background.
I don't know what happened in your mind just now, but the fact you said,
Grand Rising, everybody. I'm waking up, y'all. I'm waking up. P.I.H. is responsible for administering and managing a range of programs authorized and funded by Congress under the basic provisions of the U.S. Housing Act of 1937. This act was created to provide affordable housing to well over 1 million households nationwide. This act actually created the Public and Indian Housing Program as well, the U.S. Housing Act of 1937.
wait,
what? Huh? Hmm? The U.S. Housing Act of 1937.
Oh, wow.
Created the Public and Indian Housing Program. Yeah. On top of the others. Okay. The United States Congress dictated for funds to be dedicated not only for the development of additional public and Indian housing units, but also for the modernization of the housing stock, the improvement of the management of the programs by the public and Indian housing authorities, which own the housing, and for programs to address crime and security and provide supportive services and tenant opportunities. The programs are administered by the Office of Community Relations and Involvement, Office of Public and Assisted Housing Operations, including the Housing Choice Voucher Tenant-Based Rental Assistance Program, Office of Public Housing Investments, Office of Policy, Program and Legislative Initiatives.
Hold up. Wait a minute now. Why do it sound like public Indian housing is HUD?
Man, it do sound like HUD, don't it?
On top of P.I.H codes, all covered with please.
Hey.
Oh man, it do sound like HUD.
Yeah, you know it. Yes, you would know it today as HUD, but back in 1937, it's public Indian housing. And as you would see later on, you know, we're going to go to the official site, and you can see it's still labeled as P.I.H to this day.
Okay.
Interesting.
What is public housing? Public housing was established to provide decent and safe rental housing for eligible low-income families, the elderly, and persons with disabilities. Public housing comes in all sizes and types, from scattered single-family houses to high-rise apartments for elderly families. There are approximately 1.2 million households living in public housing units managed by some 3,400 housing authorities. Sorry.
One more time, please.
I kind of want to read the whole thing over again. What is public housing? Public housing was established to provide decent and safe rental housing for eligible low-income families, the elderly, and persons with disabilities. Public housing comes in all sizes and types, from scattered single-family houses to high-rise apartments for elderly families. There are approximately 1.2 million households living in public housing units managed by some 3,400 HAs.
And that's just a little brief history on it, on what it is, when it was created. I mean, you're starting to get the picture on who this was created for. And Brother James, you still here with us? Is there anything during the history on it that you could touch on that we probably could have missed? Or something that you think that should be brought out?
When you mentioned when that was established, it is under the Indian New Deal of 1934. So specifically for Indians. But we can delve into that a little bit later when we get to the official website.
The New Deal. What president was that? Who was that?
New one.
That was Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Roosevelt, Mr. Double O.
The New Deal, as opposed to maybe that was a deal prior to that, in order to have a New Deal.
Oh, Nelly.
The New Deal. All right, we're gonna have to put a pin in that one right there.
Posting the next link real quick.
This one mine too, Gabriel. No, it's on you, Gabriel. Mic check. Are you there? Are you there? Are you there?
Eyes here. Eyes here.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm on mute. It's Chromebook time. It's morphin' time. Peace to the chat.
Wait, I'm doing HUD.gov.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a .gov.
Yes, it is a .gov.
We couldn't possibly help anybody. I'm just saying. That
they
can't be
help everybody. I got it up on the screen. It's the HUD.gov, P.I.H home. And you can click the link on about P.I.H.
Oh, okay. And which one? It has a drop-down menu.
No, just click on about P.I.H.
Oh. Okay, I got it. About P.I.H, what we do. The Office of Public and Indian Housing, P.I.H, ensures safe, decent, and affordable housing, creates opportunities for residents' self-sufficiency and economic independence, and ensures the fiscal integrity of all program participants. Wait a minute. Oh, this is HUD.gov. Okay.
Correct. We can click on offices, divisions, and centers, unless there's a particular link Brother James wants us to click on instead of going in order.
Oh, no. We take this in order because that way no one is confused and no one's giving out misinformation out there when they have listened to these live streams. So go right ahead.
And in that
order. Y'all gonna learn today.
P.I.H offices, divisions, and centers. Office of Budget and Financial Management develops, presents, and executes the program and administrative budget which support P.I.H requirements. Budget and Program Review Division, Budget and Administrative Division. Office of the Deputy Assistant Secretary for Field Operations, P.I.H offices, P.I.H's Office of Field Operations, OFO, oversees field offices comprised of hubs, program centers, and the Recovery and Prevention Corps. Grant Management Center, GMC, process, reviews, and awards categorical grants, determines formula grant allocations, and supports the public housing operating subsidy. Office of the Deputy Assistant Secretary for Native American Programs. ONAP ensures that safe, decent, and affordable housing is available to Native American families, creates economic opportunities for tribes and Indian housing residents, assists tribes in the formulation of plans and strategies for community development, and ensures fiscal integrity in the operations of the programs.
Hold up 1 second. Brother James, I got a question. This is P.I.H, right? Public Indian Housing, right?
Yes, sir.
And inside Public and Indian Housing, they have a separate branch that just deal with Native American programs. That's very interesting.
Yes, sir. Totally separate from everyone else.
So
yes, sir.
P.I.H supposed to cover then if there's a separate branch for Native American programs. Just a thought.
See where we're going with this?
That's a big thought. That's a very big thought. Office of Planning, Resource Management and Administrative Services Division, Correspondence Unit. Audits, Evaluations, and Risk Management Division provides financial oversight and the evaluation of the programs developed by Assistant Secretary for P.I.H. Resource Management Division, Training Division, Office of Procurement and Contract Services provides the Assistant Secretary for P.I.H. with technical advice and guidance for a broad range of contracted activities. Office of the Deputy Assistant Secretary for Public Housing and Voucher Programs. Office of Public Housing and Voucher Programs. The Office of Public Housing and Voucher Programs develops national policy and provides funding and program direction for public housing and housing voucher programs. The Deputy Assistant Secretary, who also serves as Senior Advisor to the Assistant Secretary for Public and Indian Housing, directs the Office of Public Housing and Voucher Programs. Activities for the program administered by the office average approximately $18 billion annually. Approximately 183
You through that?
You can't. Yeah, you. Wait, that was a stop sign there. Can't run that stop sign. Go back and read that again. How much annually?
Activities for the programs administered by the office average approximately $18 billion annually.
It's a whole lot of.
Approximately 183 headquarters staff members are involved in the execution of housing program delivery for both public housing and housing voucher programs.
Now think about that. A lot of people in our community is very familiar with the voucher program.
Yep.
But how many people know that the voucher program is administered by Public Indian Housing?
Right.
Is that correct, Brother James? I just want to make sure I'm not,
You are 1,000. We're gonna keep it 100. You're 100% correct, sir. 1,000% correct. So why these folks running up there to go get vouchers and talk about, oh no, run for the Indian? So you're gonna tell your big mama not to get her voucher? Gonna tell your favorite auntie not to get her voucher? You're gonna tell them not to participate in $18 billion gazillion dollars? Huh, Scotty? Is that what you're gonna do? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, how many of our brothers and sisters are already involved in the voucher program, already benefiting from public Indian housing codes, but just not aware that it's public Indian housing? Remember, this came from the 1937 Fair Housing Act, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Which stemmed from the 1934 Indian New Deal. This was the arms and legs of what was put on paper.
Uh-oh, I smell smoke.
Huh. Office of Housing Voucher Programs. The Office of Housing Voucher Programs develops and monitors national policies, procedures, standards, methods, and administrative requirements for P.H.As and nonprofit organizations administering voucher and moderate rehabilitation programs.
Wait, no, I don't want us to. And I apologize because this is tenant based means that voucher follows you. So if you what they call port out, say if you're living in Georgia and you want to move to Virginia, you can do that because that voucher goes with you. If you want to live in Alaska, you can because that voucher goes with you. So when you see tenant-based, that means you as the tenant, it goes with you. And there are also other programs that fall under this category when it deals with the voucher. There is what's called a voucher for a lease to purchase program. So we can talk about that probably at another date because I don't want people to get, too much information overload. You know how you do all that and your computer starts just going because it's just too much information. How you doing?
Program activities include responsibility for the program monitoring and evaluation, budget formulation and execution, and development of management information systems to support housing vouchers programs. This office oversees the financial operations of the moderate rehabilitation, housing choice, and special purpose voucher programs and grants.
Do it again. P.I.H.
So I just had a thought, programs and grants, the financial aspect of the vouchers, housing choice, and all that. So when you don't know that HUD is P.I.H. and they go off of numbers, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Off of some numbers.
Okay. Financial Management Center. The Financial Management Center processes housing voucher budgets, payment schedules, and year-end statements for PHAs and housing administrators to ensure consistency of program application and timelessness of funding delivery, ensure accountability and the prudent administration of public funds, and provide high-quality financial management services to our internal and external clients in accordance with departmental policy.
That's still under P.I.H. Yep.
Housing Voucher Financial Management Division. The Housing Voucher Financial Management Division develops and implements national policy for HUD headquarters and field staff. The Financial Management Center staff and PHAs with respect to funding and financial management activities for housing voucher and moderate rehabilitation programs. Office of Public Housing Programs. The Office of Public Housing Programs supports the interest of taxpayers and low-income families by policies and programs that provide access to housing and resources where local flexibility is granted to meet local needs. To perform its function, the office develops and monitors national policies, procedures, standards, methods, and administrative requirements for public housing programs.
But hold up. Ain't that under public Indian housing?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Public Housing Management and Occupancy Division. The Public Housing Management and Occupancy Division develops occupancy and management policies, standards, and procedures pertaining to methods and administrative requirements for public housing management and operations. The scope of activities for the division includes areas of public housing management, maintenance, procurement, utilities, and tracking and analyzing multifamily tenant characteristics for occupants of public housing. The division also supports Rental Housing Integrity Improvement Project, RHIIPS, initiative for public housing and voucher program related to ensuring accurate income and rent policies and monitoring activities. Capital improvements. No, Office of Deputy Assistant Secretary for Public Housing Investments. Capital improvements. Administers the Capital Fund Program, which provides funding to P.H.As for development, financing, modernization, and management improvements.
A whole lot of stuff up under this category.
Special Application Center receives and processes applications for non-funded, non-competitive activities such as demolition and dispositions, designated housing, eminent domain, home ownership, and conversion of public housing developments to tenants-based programs.
Oh, so if I'm correct, that's a mechanism for you to be a part of it?
Yep. Urban revitalization, Hope 6, transforms severely distressed public housing through the Hope 6 program by changing the physical shape of public housing, establishing positive incentives for resident self-sufficiency, lessening concentration of poverty, and forging partnerships to leverage support.
There go that word again.
Office of the Office of the Deputy Assistant Secretary for Policy Program and Legislative Incentives. Office of Receivership Oversight coordinates oversight of P.H.As that have been put into receivership. Office of Deputy Assistant Secretary for Real Estate Assessment Center. Financial Management Division administers the Public Housing Operating Fund. Financial Assessment Division, Multifamily, reviews financial statements to assess the financial condition of multifamily properties and verifies compliance with HUD financial requirements. Financial Assistant Division, PHA, reviews financial statements to assess the financial condition of public housing properties and verifies compliance with HUD financial requirements. Financial Assessment Quality Assurance Division, perform quality assurance reviews of auditors and CPAs that conduct audits of PHAs, tribes, TDHEs, and multifamily property owners to verify compliance with accounting, auditing standards, AICPA standards, and GASB requirements. Information Management Division, in coordination with the CIO, oversees the development, implementation, and maintenance of automated systems to meet P.I.H. information needs. Integrated Assessment Division creates the overall public housing assessment system, PHAS score, performs quality assurance function for subsystems included in the PHAS. Management Assessment Division reviews key management operations indicators of a PHA for the purpose of assessing the PHA's management capabilities. Management Operations Division, in coordination with the P.I.H, PRMAS, provides administrative services to support REAC staff and operations at the Potomac Center. Okay. Physical Inspection Operations Division, perform physical inspections of public housing and multifamily properties to ensure that HUD-assisted properties provide decent, safe, and sanitary housing for residents. Physical Inspection Quality Assurance Division, perform quality assurance reviews of contract inspectors to ensure that physical inspections are conducted according to the UPCS protocol. Physical Inspection Inspector Administration Division, reviews performance and conduct of inspectors referred by QA Division or based upon comments, complaints received, issues performance deficiencies, and takes appropriate action to decertify inspectors as required. Research and Development Division monitors and analyzes information generated from assessment subsystems, creates inspector report card, provides analytical support and reports, and generates quarterly reports on annual performance plan progress. Resident Assessment Division conducts survey of residents to determine level of satisfaction with public housing living conditions. This is P.I.H, right?
Correct.
Okay. HUD.gov, right?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And again, it's the list of departments of what department handles what.
Right.
And what the title say? P.I.H, offices, divisions, and centers.
Yep.
Brother James, am I correct if I was to say P.I.H came first? Then there was a HUD?
Yes, sir. That would be correct. You know, I'm quiet because I'm like the cat that swallowed the canary. I want to make sure Sister Gabrielle Union gets all the way through before I jump in. Yes, sir. That is correct. It was public Indian housing first. So when everyone asks which comes first, chicken or the egg, public and Indian housing came first. Again, you will find no HUD codes. Find me the HUD code, and I will leave YouTube for perpetuity. See, I knew it. We threw Sister Gabrielle Union off her game. You still there?
Oh, no. That was, wait, did I? Yeah, that was it. That was it.
That's it for that section, correct?
Yes.
Can you go back to the first page when you got to public Indian housing and read their mission statement?
What we do. The Office of Public and Indian Housing, P.I.H, ensures safe, decent, and affordable housing, creates opportunity for resident self-sufficiency and economic independence, and ensures the fiscal integrity of all program participants.
So the purpose is, read that again, because I really want people to catch it. Read it. What is the purpose of it?
The Office of Public and Indian Housing, P.I.H, ensures safe, Decent and affordable housing creates opportunities for residents, self-sufficiency, and economic independence, and assures the fiscal integrity of all program participants.
Now, can we break down each section with a comma? Just stop after that comma when you read it, please. This last
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. The Office of Public and Indian Housing, PIH, ensures safe.
Okay, so that means safe as opposed to doing hood rat things, right?
Right.
Because isn't that the way of the Indian when you're talking about community?
Yes.
If you look at any city, any town, any municipality, somewhere within their mission statement, it always mentions safety. Because no matter what, as families and loved ones, you want to make sure they are living in a safe neighborhood.
Right.
Go ahead, continue. Next one.
Decent.
Oh, it can be safe and not be decent. And those that live in larger cities would know, like Boston, New York, Philly, Orange, New Jersey, Chicago. So it has to be decent. It's not enough for someone to just say, oh yeah, we give you a safe neighborhood to live in, but the place in which you're living is dilapidated. Go ahead, continue.
Affordable housing.
Oh, that right there. There you go. It's not enough to be safe. It's not enough to live in a house that you know the structure is sound, the plumbing is right, the heating and air work. But it has to be affordable. And affordable is relative to what or to who? Each individual family. What's affordable to me may not be affordable to you. What's affordable in Texas may not be affordable in South Carolina. So it's all the way across the board. So this is where we get into this area median income. What is the area median income of your area where you live? Affordable. That sound like some of these rappers that get houses and next thing you know they file for bankruptcy. I yield the mic. Go ahead, next one. Sorry.
Creates opportunity for residents' self-sufficiency.
Oh, in other words, if an opportunity isn't there and you bring it to their attention, they do what? Create one. For you to be what? Self-sufficient. That means stop living on your mama's couch. So I'm gonna break things down in simple terminology today. Get off your mama's couch. Stop being a bum and go get involved with these programs. Now, I'm wait till you get to the end of before I say what I'm gonna say. Go ahead. Go. I'm sorry.
Economic independence.
Say what? Read that again.
Economic independence.
So that means you're not dependent upon PayPal, Cash App, AdSense on YouTube. You are economically independent. Not sitting there with your hand out, right? Dancing for change, having a little monkey play the accordion to put the money in the box. None of that. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Assures the fiscal integrity of all program participants.
Giblets with gravy and sauce. We got to pause there. Brother No Sell Out, you there? Are you there, sir? Well, if he's not there, I know he's probably busy creating opportunities over there. Brother Bones, you still there?
You know it.
This is where some sucker MCs are talking about being agents and snitches. That's why we've got to pause right there. Sister Gabrielle Union, read that again.
Assures the fiscal integrity of all program participants.
And the program participants is from what website are we reading from again?
HUD.gov.
And HUD.gov deals with what? Go ahead, you were going to say it. Go ahead, deals with what?
P.I.H, Public Indian Housing.
So aren't these, I forgot some of them aren't Indians, but those of us that are Indians and know who we are, it is our responsibility, it is our duty to report those that don't, and can you read that section again?
Assure the fiscal integrity of all program participants.
If someone, and the funding is there for Indians, and someone is receiving funding saying that they're going to provide affordable, safe, affordable, decent housing for Indians, they aren't doing it, isn't it our duty, our responsibility, our charge to report it?
Yep.
Let some people tell you that makes you an agent for standing up and protecting your people, for taking on the responsibility of the American Indian. That makes you the agent. Let them tell it.
Well, would that same thing be said to be true on the other end? If you're an agent for standing up, for taking care of, for saying something, when you don't say something and you stand on the wayside and you allow things to happen, wouldn't that make you an agent too?
Correct. You're just an agent for the other side.
Right. But still an agent, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they say when you throw stones, living in a glass house, be careful.
I think
So
everybody should be throwing stones because you might miss.
when we get to the end, we're going to go back, we're going to play a little game. I want you to read that slowly again with every comma and put no or don't in each section. That's for those that don't say anything and try to make what is right wrong. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
So put a no or don't next to each comma word.
Yes, after reading,
Okay.
reading the whole, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll do my best. All right. The Office of Public and Indian Housing, P.I.H, ensures safe.
We'll put no, but no, they do not. They will not. Do not.
They do not. You said reverse it now. So instead of them insuring it, now they're not insuring.
Oh, the Office of Public and Indian Housing, P.I.H, does not ensure safe, no decent, no affordable housing, does not create opportunities for resident self-sufficiency, doesn't create opportunities for resident self-sufficiency or economic independence, and does not assure the fiscal integrity of all program participants.
That's basically who they are. They don't.
Yeah.
And you want to call them smart killers.
So wouldn't that make them an agent for Save the Man, Kill the Indian?
The Indian agent. Correct.
Okay.
I mean, by definition.
Yeah.
And by accent.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's how it's equated in my mind. So if I'm saying it wrong, I do apologize. It's just that's
That's the thing. You're not saying it wrong. Because if you're not using your voice, your position, and your power to stand up for the American Indian, then who are you using it for? Again, that's where the agent talks coming from.
right.
And taking on the responsibility of holding them responsible on what they're supposed to be doing with the funding that comes to our community. Again, if that makes us an agent for doing what we are supposed to be doing, I'll wear that proudly.
Right.
I'm pausing again because I really want this to sink in. That this is what we call in our community a generational curse. So as generations transition and pass on, wouldn't there have to be new agents within that generation to continue that curse?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is what
Yeah.
we have. Again, as my grandmother used to say, ain't nobody mad but the devil. And the devil is you when you look in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're sitting there, if the job is, if people aren't doing what they're supposed to do in these positions, it is, again, our duty, our responsibility, our charge to make sure that either the situation is corrected or the people that are involved are removed.
Mm-hmm.
What you got to do is got the problem with that. Like I said, you don't mind Big Mama's house getting shot up, right? Little niece sitting on the couch watching TV, playing videos, gets hit by a stray bullet. Come in the house, the plumbing's all over the place. You smell the whole sewer line backing up. That's cool. Nobody's ever able to get out of the community because there are no economic development opportunities. There's no chance for you to be self-employed because where's the opportunities there for you to be self-sufficient? Where is, again, that's your ghetto. Go to any town you may, that's your ghetto. And literally, and I don't want people to take this the wrong way, but trying to get out of a ghetto is like a mother giving birth to push that baby out. It is very violent. And you got to leave all the slop and goop behind. Because I don't know about anybody else, but I know when my better half had ours, we didn't take the placenta home. We left that behind. That's garbage. So when you have to, and this is what a situation when people say, oh, they never came back. They never give back. And everybody loved the Wu-Tang Clan, but the majority of your Wu-Tang Clan live in the Carolinas now. Why is that? People want to talk about, oh, I'm hood and I'm this and I'm that and so. They don't live there anymore.
Yeah.
And they'll go back and
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was just about to say, I thought about there was this comedian some years ago. Said, do you ever pay attention? People say, oh yeah, I'm from the hood, I'm this, I'm that. But why when you get the opportunity to leave, you do?
Because in reality, in most cases, the hood won't allow you to stay. And that's the reality. Is that a lot of people do make it back with good intentions to help. What happens? You get labeled an agent, you get labeled this, you get labeled that, because you bring back information to your people to let them know that there is another way. And to answer this Lachey question in the chat, the Section 8 vouchers is just a part of P.I.H. Section 8 is just the part that we happen to know about most in our communities.
And I wanted to put this out here, and then I am going to be quiet for a little bit. I'll try to be anyway. For those that said they'll keep acting and going behind the scenes, and I'll call it what it is, flat out lying and saying, oh, Doodoo Vision, James Flames was keeping information from this community on purpose. I withheld no information. I shared information with those that wanted to know. And I've tried to share this for at least last 7 years, but longer than that. With some individuals, I never withheld any information. So the person that's saying that, or people that are saying that, you better check your sources. Because I never withheld any information. One, it's not mine. Two, it's public. And I also heard that I'm charging. Charging what? Does everybody want to put everybody on trial and, oh, this is a courtroom and, oh, you're being questioned here. Bring the people to the forefront that I've charged them 1 red cent for this information that has been here for the last 83 years. I'll wait. You the mic.
I ain't let it be known. Didn't charge me a dime. I used the information and we built the whole nonprofit off of it. So people out there who talking, you don't know what you're talking about.
But wait, that's the whole point. We got 2 ears and 1 mouth. They're talking. I'm just saying.
I mean, these historians and great scholars that they proclaim to be, they need to go back and research between 1900, from the top of 1900 to 1960. Well, I'll extend it to 1970. If you really want to know, stop faking the phone. Click the links and read. It's public info. None of this costs. How could our brother James charge anybody for something that you're getting, that when he give you the information, it leads you to the government site, HUD? Come on, y'all. We just can't be gullible all the time. We got to sit down and think for a second.
You know, I got a question. So would I be right in thinking, and this is just me thinking, if you don't mind, Doodoo, and Bones, would I be right in thinking for them to say that, for them to say, you know, Doodoo is charging? What happens if you charge somebody for free information and send them to the government websites and the departments and the buildings for them to have a conversation about free information?
Well, basically, somebody finna get charged.
Wouldn't that make sense? I mean, that's just how I think. I could be wrong, but that's kind of backwards, right?
I would like to also hear from these people that supposedly was sold information and went and sat down with their HUD representative and nothing happened because you mentioned somebody sold you this free information. Again, people need to stop. That's just like, watch, you're gonna have people pretty soon telling you they've been talking about HUD, they the first doing this. Then explain to the people how it works.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, what's your HUD representative name? I know mine. A couple of accounts off the top of my head.
I know mine.
And I'm just saying that again because we have to be careful when people speak and misspeak on things they don't know. The lives that you can hurt with the misinformation, that's real. And just by looking into P.I.H and HUD, it should be able to clarify a lot of things for you just in simple black and white.
You know, can I share something? It's like a reiteration of what Dudu had said before. I just had a flood of thoughts in relation to it. When he said when people tell you who they are, believe them. And what's connecting with that is when people will tell you what they're going to do to you before they do it. So when people tell you, you know, I knew about this information first, or this is what you don't do, or don't do this, or you're an agent if you do this. They're telling you who they are, and they're telling you what they're going to do to you or not allow you to be able to do for yourself.
Correct. If we have time, Gabrielle, you think you can go to where it got Indian housing and just click on community development? There's something interesting here I just wanted to point out.
Wait, which one?
On the HUD,
at the
at the top, you'll see Indian housing.
Yes.
You click on community development for me. Thank you.
I got you. HUD.gov, Indian Housing, Community Development, Office of Native American Program, Office of Public and Indian Housing. Tribal communities. There are many ways for you to get involved in your community. Find out what kinds of funds and opportunities are available for communities.
You can pause right there for a second. This again is P.I.H, right?
Yep.
This is a section of P.I.H for reservation tribes, correct?
Right.
So this is covering the Indians on the reservation.
Oh,
Who is
oh my goodness.
covering? Again, if this part of it, and Brother James, please correct me if I'm wrong at any time if I misquoted, but if this side of the program is for tribal Indians, registered Indians, reservational Indians, then who is P.I.H covering?
Urban Indians.
Oh, snap. And all you have to do is when you look at HUD and you look at P.I.H, look at the two vowels that are smack dab in the middle.
Indian.
Because again, first thing comes to my mind when I hear urban is what? Indian. Somebody help me out. When you hear urban, who do you think of?
You.
Because I know all my days growing up, we had here Soul 73. It was urban radio. It was all type of music.
You get an urban.
It was replaced the Indian. In the public eye, they replace Indian with urban.
Right.
You just switch your title. That's it. Urban Indians. That's all. Because the codes are still P.I.H codes. Behind the scenes, it's still public Indian housing. Correct, Brother James?
Yeah.
Still the same. Hasn't changed. That's why I said you will not find a HUD code. Not one.
Same old codes.
So now you go from understanding of being an urban Indian to now you're an urban legend because you want to be called everything else. You're an urban myth, something that people think happened. Like they say, if you go to the lake at night and there's a woman that hitchhiking, you give her a ride and she's in the back seat and you turn around and look, it's a puddle of water. Urban myth. The Indians are dead. They're no longer here. Why are you making codes? Why are you making codes and programs for people that don't exist? I yield the mic.
And the answer, Big Nelson, yes, men can apply for public Indian housing. Matter of fact, we can put the mechanism together to where we can develop our own housing for our communities. We can have our own housing authority. think we went over that about a month ago.
Yeah.
But that also sums up the thing for these people saying urban Indians isn't real. Well, if it's in the government site, obviously it got to be real. There's a category for it, codes for it. Talking about you.
And I mean, if you think about it, because I've had plenty of conversations over the years where people will refer to an area as an urban area, an urban community.
And when you go to this urban community, who do you see?
Me and people who look like me, and my children, and my family, and my friends.
The funny thing is, it's not like it was ever hidden from us. We just wasn't looking. Again, that's why we say it counts to know who to go to and where to go to when you have a complaint, so you can get the proper information to move forward. If you spent your whole time arguing at the shoe salesman about your refrigerator, how's that gonna fix your problem? And real quick, urban Indian. Urban Indians are American Indians and Canadian First Nations who live in urban areas. Again, urban Indians are American Indians and Canadian First Nations people who live in urban areas. Oh, there's even more. The National Urban Family Coalition, the NUIFC, considers the term to apply to individuals of American Indian and Alaskan Native ancestry who may or may not have direct or any active ties to a particular tribe, but who identify with or at least somewhat active in the Native community in their urban area. Again, the National Urban Indian Family Coalition considers the term to apply individuals of American Indian and Alaska Native ancestry who may or may not have direct and or active ties with a particular tribe, but who identify with and are at least somewhat active in Native community in their urban area.
Can you read that again, please?
No problemo. The National Urban Indian Family Coalition, NUIFC, considers the term to apply to individuals of American Indian and Alaska Native ancestry who may or may not have direct and or active ties with a particular tribe, but who identify with and are at least somewhat active in the Native community in their urban area. But no. That's for those who wants to know what is an urban Indian and does it exist? Yes. What you think on over there, Gabrielle? Kind of quiet.
I think that programs are wonderful. I think that man, so you mean to tell me that me identifying as Indian and actively involved in my urban area.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just okay. So
No,
I'm
so
able to
what you mean is like American Indians who were coming together doing their genealogy, getting their records together, but at the same
right.
time who are actively putting together community gardens in their community.
Yes. Thank you. Needed that. Needed that.
I told you there's a method to the madness.
And guess
Watch
what?
me now.
Guess what I did, Bones? Guess what I did?
What's that? What's that?
I did my genealogy.
Me too.
And guess what I found out doing my genealogy?
What's that?
I'm Indian.
Me
Guess
too.
what else? Guess what else?
What's that? What's that?
I live in an urban area, right?
Me too.
So I decided to create a community garden for the community in my urban area.
Activity.
Guess what else I did?
What's that?
I called HUD and talk with some people so that I can get funding and expansion in my urban area. Just saying, that's what I did. Just
Oh, if you don't mind. Yes, that's correct. The community is about to have its second American Indian nonprofit. Uh-oh.
I'm almost there.
Watch
I
that.
really am. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Yep.
Uh-oh. That mean it works?
Mm-hmm. You know, it's crazy because for me, I get the feeling with every number I call and every person that I talk to, every man and woman that I talk to, I get the feeling, and this is just me, this is how I feel, that they've been waiting for me. They've been waiting for me to ask questions. They've been waiting for me to be a part and participate in these programs and they've been waiting for me.
Oh, Pamela Hall, trust me, we know.
Mm-hmm.
You up next. David Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Parker, Mike
Mm-hmm.
East. Listen, these brothers and sisters are already doing it. They the reason why I'm not gonna get tired.
Right?
I think we got a secret competition going on. It's like an unsaid secret competition.
Secret.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I ain't never seen so many people turn the camera on while running to a garden in my entire life. I think that's something new. Why are you running to the garden?
You missed the
Buffalo.
double cousin.
You sound like cops when they used to run after suspects and the microphone used to be all that. That's what people sound like on the call on the weekend to get to the garden and turn the camera on, showing off. I'm trying. I'm just trying.
Man,
I'm back, y'all. Peace, everybody.
You missed it, double cousin. I got a flower on my zucchini, and I got a couple of flowers coming up.
Oh, you play too much.
Everybody sharing how they back hurt.
I heard mine planting watermelon. I heard mine planting okra. I was building a raised bed.
You know?
That's what man.
How you hurt
Need y'all to
yours?
get some back braces.
I was digging holes and getting dirt.
Proper form, people. Proper form. It's just like lifting things. Knees, not your back.
In communities, in urban communities. Oh my goodness. Wait, is that real work we're talking about?
All the time.
Okay.
What'll work gets done. The people.
Y'all do a roll call.
Nah, you know he's saving for you.
Anybody doing that? I can read. Let's go.
Sound it out.
This is from 9:23 a.m. and on. Now I'm upset because I missed the first folks in the room. I'm sure it was Liz Robinson. Grand Rising Liz Robinson. I'm gonna shout you out first. Shout out, just shouting you out. Celestine Wilson, Grand Rising. Mike Easton, don't come to DC. Grand Rising, Mike Easton, L as well. Carrie Bay. What's going on? Peace, brethren. Macadon 1, Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Pamela Hall. How you doing? Wild Indian Roots, Grand Rising. Man, who else we got? Lachey with a long A. What's going on today? Is it Tuesday? It's Tuesday. Randy James, peace, 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 peace. Grand Rising. Who else we got? Randy James again. Dion Lowe, Grand Rising. Roho Chief Clothing, Grand Rising. Nikki Baptiste, who was that? Grand Rising, that's my wife.
Shout out to Giovanni.
Shout out to Giovanni. Big Hawk, Grand Rising. Them numbers. Grand Rising, Big Hawk, Grand Rising. And that's what I got on my live. I hope all the silent majority. Yeah, on YouTube. That's YouTube. Anybody else got another chat they want to throw out there?
Did you do?
Did you redo? No. Did you redo me? Did I do who? Tasha She. Yeah, that's what. See, man, it started at 9:23 a.m. and I know it cut off at 9 o'clock. That's what it was. Tasha She, Grand Rising. Bones, you remember who you added this Rising? I know you was in there earlier.
Michael Brown, Harris Chief.
Michael Brown, Harris Chief.
223.
You right. What'd you say? I say you right in this. What'd you say? Gabriel,
Indian versus
American Indian versus Grand Rising. Unblock me on your channel. Grand Rising. Peace, 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 peace. Unblock.
You get Macadon 1?
Yeah, I said Macadon 1. I did say Macadon 1. I'll say it again. Say it again. Macadon 1, Grand Rising.
Oh yeah, facts, Pamela Hall. When it comes to that gardening and farming, yeah, David Corey, you the man.
Man,
he the one I'm talking about.
You can't even use gardening.
You know why?
It's not even gardening.
Look, he's sitting at the window, looking at it after he just came from out there. He ain't taking his eyes off of it.
Yeah.
Anything else? There's nothing else going on right now other than the garden. So that's why he's kicking our butts. If y'all, I don't care if y'all got to blow y'all nose. You better not around David Corey. You better skip it.
I watched him build I think it was three raised beds. Man, look.
Well, talking slick.
You got Cabbage Patch heads growing, Little Shop of Horrors growing.
Feed me. Always playing
this weekend he was building chicken coops.
Yes.
Yeah. Just threw one together. Here it is.
Yeah. You know,
that's just one of them I built.
That's just one.
16 in 3 hours.
He just trying something. So I
just thought up
something too then, huh?
I just thought up this blueprint real quick. I had some leftover chicken wire and all the proper cut wood and the proper length and everything. I measured 3 times, cut once. It's like, is that a
I get one flower and I feel like, okay, I'm behind him. I got one flower up. I got one flower to come up.
Hey, there's a bee. Like, you just, David Corey got a whole bee sanctuary over there. Frolicking in the garden.
Think about it. Indians. Think about it. Urban Indians who know they're Indian by doing their genealogy and who are active in their communities.
Mm-hmm.
They're urban. Is this thing on?
Pamela Hall hating. He ain't got no chickens. He got chicken coops. Ain't sending not near bit of none of them to Virginia. He ain't got no chickens. He got all the chicken coops. She got all the chickens. Ain't got no chicken coop. David Corey, that's messed up. He said, you know what? I heard Pamela Hall say something about a chicken coop. We go build a chicken coop. I don't need one, but I'm gonna build one. And I'm gonna put it on. That's what I'm gonna do. And he did it.
Yes, he did.
Got no chickens.
Oh no! I think by the weekend though he'll have some.
No, he'll have one.
There.
He'll wrangle something
He'll
up.
have some chickens.
He'll wrangle something right into the coop. Like, y'all mine. And Pamela Hall
Got one very special shout out.
She said, "Yep, I am." She hating. Go ahead, James.
Shout out to Sister Pamela Hall passes chick Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, that one. Shout out to that one.
I think he confused us.
Yeah, she fussed David Corey out when he was talking about it. Man. It's a man. It's a man. He got the cone. Nope. That's Jamie Lee.
That was a choice. Self-identification.
They get rights too? It's 2020, I guess. Yeah, chicken rights. Not to be confused with chicken and rice. I can't deal with no chicken. I'm sorry.
Funny part is I haven't did Nan Crunch in the last 2 weeks, but on my way to an 8-pack.
Oh, I'm trying to tell you. Sunday,
Shout out to the Zoom link.
Listen, I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Yep.
Pamela.
Grand Rising.
Yes, I am pissed at David Corey.
Hey, now we live.
We gotta go on mute. We live.
You better get a few dollars. You better owe a few dollars.
I am so mad at him. I am. I can't build my chicken coop because I'm stripping paint off a house. And he go out there and build a chicken coop. Ain't got no daggone chicken.
What was it, like 3 minutes? You did it in like 3 minutes? How the materials just fall together like a cartoon? What is, he had everything. Everything was all ready. Look, there goes.
Yeah, like you just decide to walk around the yard. All right, I'm gonna use this. I got this. Okay.
Oh,
I wish I could.
Do you remember how it happened?
I wish I could video. Yeah, I wish I could show y'all a video of my chickens
running around
in this little barrel because I had to stop because we got bad weather in, so I can't put them out in the little chicken run I built. And the little chicken run, it's just a little closure. They can be outside, run around in the grass, eat, do their business. He don't really build a whole chicken coop. Do you know how mad I am at him right now?
Do you remember what happened? He was walking around the yard, and it was just so happened over his shoulder. He said, "They go to chicken coop I built earlier." Like, what? Who was on the phone with you earlier? What you mean? She said something about a chicken coop. He went and built the chicken coop. Nah.
That was like a slap in the face. For real.
I'm not laughing. I was checking my oxygen. No.
That was like,
you gotta check your oxygen levels with
He don't got damn chicken. You say he only got a chick.
Mm-hmm.
No, not even an egg.
Look, he slipped it right on in there. They go to chicken coop I built.
I'm like so mad at David. I'm like so mad at David.
That's messed up.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I got they ain't even babies, they junior, they are considered as juveniles now. And he don't build the whole chicken coop.
Pamela Hall.
And I'm sitting here like,
Not to
Really
mention,
did.
he built it live on the Zoom call at that.
Look, he
Right.
built it and showed you
Right.
as if he was in Petersburg, Pamela Hall.
Right, like I could go down there with a truck, pick it up, and bring it here.
If y'all in Petersburg, what Petersburg, like 30 minutes for you, not even that, like a hop, skip, and a jump?
Yeah, like a 25-minute ride. I'm talking this bone film. I'm like, really, David? Like, really?
In Texas, building chicken coops, knowing full well she
We
need
talk about David and the chicken coop he
Let's
built.
not-
Yeah, I mean, like it's bad enough I planted my stuff before he did, and all his don't came about right.
Yep, everything.
Hey, listen.
It looked like he went and took some full grown
Miracle Grow.
and planted them and just sat them on top of the dirt and took pictures of them and video of them. Nope, they coming up.
Right.
Yeah.
They're coming up out the ground. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute, hold up. So
Look,
I had to really
another
take
witness,
a
P.I.H
good
in
look
the
at
building.
his dirt. I had to take a real good look at his dirt. David is in the prime area for a garden. His dirt is very rich.
He got
Very rich.
that coffee looking dirt.
Right. He got that rich dirt. Man, I'm like, okay,
And
this,
if you put it in the ground, it's growing.
Yep.
yay. You know how what's that movie, Method Man? What was that movie with Robert Townsend? And he stuck his hand in the ground and
Meteor
yeah,
Man.
and all the stuff just popped up out the ground all extra big.
Yep.
That's what
So
David
you
God
saying he got a meteorite? He got a meteorite.
Yeah.
in the house that he keep rubbing up every time he go out there. Just pointing at stuff. He's like, I got a single tomato I just planted. Why is it all the way up to the ceiling now? I just planted it. You got Jack and the Beans.
I'm like, I can't believe this. And so I'm just saying, I'm still real angry at him. And he don't know. He better be glad I ain't got no money. Because I would have sent him a plane ticket, round trip. You bring his tail over here to build my darn chicken coop. Since he won't talk all that smack to me, build my chicken coop. Don't keep talking smack to me. Build my day for the chicken coop. I can't do it. And now my son working 2 jobs. I really can't do it.
Y'all know
So he need to
everybody on the phone, right?
say what, Bone?
I'm just imagining the Zoom call later with you and David Corey.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we gonna go at it.
Oh
we
my
gonna
goodness.
go at it.
It may be short supply, but I'm gonna need your oxygen tank because this man, look. Oh,
His new nickname for me is Meteor Man. That's his new nickname from
he
me.
put his hand on a leaf, and I was nah. He got to have Whopper Jr. hands because ain't no way that one leaf was like surrounding his whole hand.
You know that
Don't make sense, does it?
Whopper Jr. hand is.
Whopper Jr.
You know that? You remember that commercial?
Yeah.
I just can't.
Man, y'all don't know. I'm ready to throw in the towel. I'm so angry right now with him. I'm like, man, dude, you started after me. How?
Listen, I spent all that time using tweezers to plant seeds in seed starters. Okay,
Look,
I got them sprouting up one at a time, barely. Weather and got cold. I'm like, okay. He said, yeah, I just planted this seed about a week ago. I'm looking. Hold on, that's almost full grown. I don't want to play no more. I don't want to show no more.
Yeah, he make it unfair. He really do make it unfair. He got a trick in the game somewhere. That's my brother and I love him to death. But he got a trick somewhere. He got a trick somewhere.
She's trying to look behind the curtain like, what's going on? What's up? What's
yeah, he the Wizard of Oz or somebody.
Yep.
He got some magic potion somewhere. That don't make no sense. For real. Y'all
Those who haven't seen, David Corey's growing in some of everything. If it's edible, that brother growing it. Shots
Dang, for real.
Tomatoes.
D. Parker ain't she ain't too far behind either because she shocked me.
Oh yeah, she got it going on too.
Look, she
Got it
said,
going
"Get
on
Yeah.
too.
look." Grand Rising people.
Y'all just do not know. Hey, P. Parker. I'm serious. Y'all just don't know how I feel. I'm like, man, I cannot believe this. And I usually, by now, I would have planted my stuff and be coming up beautiful. Last year, my garden didn't do good at all. This year, I'm having challenges, and I have too much on my plate. But I'm determined I'm going to grow my food. Now, I know y'all a little mad because I do have my little fruit trees. And I did get my banana seeds in. So I got to get them in some dirt. And I got me some more orange seeds in. I don't know why they send me an extra pack of orange seeds, but I'll take them. And I got to plant those. So, I mean, it's just like, what magic I got to do? Do I have to sit outside and do a ritual or something? Because every time I go out there, I be thanking the universe just for everything. But I don't think it's working good. Because David is kicking my behind.
I think he kicking all our behinds.
Yeah.
And I refuse. I refuse, Bones. Let me tell y'all, I refuse to let David kick my butt because then he have more crap to talk to me about. And I'm not for that. David love coming at me for every look. David love coming at me. Y'all know that. But me and him talk outside of A2 and Cab. We call and check on each other. We laugh, we giggle on the phone. We are stupid. We go at each other like that on the phone when it's just us two. So it's nothing really out of the ordinary for me and him to just go at each other.
Yeah, brothers and sisters just having a good time behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So
She transplanting cucumbers a day. Any tips, y'all?
Just let them grow.
Putting them in a container or in the ground?
She said she transplanting them. So that means she putting them in the ground. Just put them in the ground, water them good, and just let them grow. Make sure you got them in some good sunlight.
Yep, a lot of water. Don't drown them.
Yeah, a lot of water. Watermelons, cucumbers, cantaloupes, they take a lot of water. They have to have a lot of water. Those are three, because they your water plants.
Michael Brown cracked the code, y'all. He said David Corey is a 2K farmer. He got all the cheat codes.
Probably do, Michael. Definitely. See, I got some others that feel like I feel. See, he got them cheat codes, man. He got them cheat codes. So yeah. But I'm proud of that we can come together as a community and build the way we do and help each other out. Give each other the best advice. Lily O is the best on giving advice, especially on personality.
Thank you.
Because she know this sister right here can get a little off balance. I ain't gonna say a little off balance. I can go way off the cliff.
Well, we all a little off.
So I have to say I'm proud to be a part of this community. I really am. I'm so proud to be a part of this community. I couldn't handpick a better selection of people to connect to join arm in arm, heart to heart strings with. I really couldn't. I couldn't. If I had to handpick them, I would have been screwed. So I have to thank the universe for bringing y'all to me.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
You can't do it without you. That's real.
So I'm gonna get off here. I just finished cleaning my little chicken when y'all was talking earlier. I was cleaning my little chicken pen out. And my baby's like, Mama, are we gonna get out and run around today? You know, I need to stretch my little clothes. And I'm like, can't come out today, baby, because ground wet. So I had to keep y'all in a little pen. And they keep looking. Every time I open the door, they look at me to take them down the yard. So they get there.
She at the door.
Yeah, they give me these little side looks like, are you going to take us out today? Are we going to go play today? They give me that look. So now it's because the ground is so wet down there where I have them at. I don't want to put them down there because I don't want them to get there and dig up something and eat it.
Right.
So I kind of like only put them down there when it's like dry ground. That way I ain't got to worry about them trying to peck or scrape too much up. But yeah, it's y'all just don't know. And my son bought a pineapple the other day, so I'm waiting for us to get ready to cut it, and I'm gonna end up stripping it down some, and I'm gonna put that in some water and let that grow some what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even get my mind together. I'm so mad at David still. Start sprouting. Start sprouting, and then I'm gonna put that in some dirt like I did before. But it died because, like I said, last year weather was terrible. It was like too dry. I watered them, but it was not enough water. And so this year I'm hoping and asking the universe to make sure that we have the proper weather this year, the proper rain this year, that we can keep our vegetables going so we can help each other out. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's going to be a couple of years for some of the fruit trees, but y'all know you'll have some fruit. Mm-hmm. So, but I just want to say, when we talk to David, I hope he hit it. I do hope he hit it.
Yeah, because I'm still trying to figure out how I got my fruit trees. I got my lemon, orange, and lime trees. He just got his lemon, lime, and orange trees, and he already got fruit coming off.
Right. I keep telling y'all.
So David
is doing some whooshy stuff.
He'll dig up a full-blown tree and transplant it in his lawn and be like, "Look."
Yeah, I'm up here watching videos. I can't keep up on your videos, double cousin, because I look at the videos you send me, right? And then all I got to do, David Corey come on, and he just flashes yard like, wait, what? What?
You know, David Corey got the same videos, right?
Right.
I don't understand. Exactly. Look, his is working in 8 minutes real time.
See?
He blooming.
David is doing some hoochie choochie shooshy, something wama lama something.
Yes,
he's doing some kind of cake.
His stuff is growing in 8. I'm so serious. In real time. He watch a video today. He already sprouted fruit and vegetables tomorrow.
I found a technique I'm not gonna tell you all about.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna get off here. And
all right, Pamela Hall.
Try to give me some breakfast in me. Leo! Try to give me some breakfast in me because I haven't eaten. And try to start my day. I'm still a little frustrated. But anyhow, love y'all guys.
Love you too.
All right, we're gonna talk to you later.
Yep. Yeah, y'all talk to me later. All right. Peace.
All right, peace.
Just Pamela, how she gonna leave as soon as I come back in?
Gone.
Y'all ain't figured out yet, but David Corey, he's one of those infomercial guys. You know, like when they call themselves bacon, they mix all the stuff in the pot. Then next thing you know, they pulling it out of the oven. Never seen it cook. That's
it. Yes. That's it. I'm telling you. He'll show you all the ingredients. Look, this is all the ingredients I use. Make sure you get the fish fertilizer. Make sure you get this. Make sure you get the temecula. I'm out there. I'm listening. I'm going out there buying stuff. What he's saying, double cousin saying. I'm like, all right, I got my little bucket that I got from Roses. I'm mixing the dirt and mixing the temecula. I'm going to put all this aeration in the soil. All right, I'm mixing it up. Got my little shovel. Then he showed a video an hour later. full grown cabbage. Wait, what happened?
David Corey is always on some Hove did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that. Like, no, we all want to go through it. Slow down.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying. Well, how you try? I want to try.
Yeah, his trying is executing to the fullest. I don't know. Give him a definition for 100%, and that's trying.
Yeah, when did you plant those? What's today? Yeah, today.
What's today?
I just put these in on this rising.
I just sowed some snap peas, and look, they already running up the trellis. What?
Yeah. I just put the string up here. Yeah, I just got the string right here. So when the tomato come up 2 days later, what? It's full grown.
David Corey is actually in a simulation theory, simulation by himself.
I already told him, look, get a balloon and scoop up that air, get a box, put some dirt in it, and get a bucket and put some water, put the rain in it. Just ship it to me. Just ship it to me.
A basket of rain.
I mean, but that answers the question on what is A2 and what does A2 really do? And we always say Autonomous Assembly isn't a YouTube channel. It isn't a show.
Right.
This YouTube is just an outlet, a means for us to get the information to our communities. But the real work goes on behind the scenes. The progress is seen behind the scenes. We actually do get together, conversate, share with each other information, because in the end, we all had the same goal.
Right.
We build our communities. We take our place as American Indians. And even today, by going over what is P.I.H, Public Indian Housing. Many people have been dealing with HUD, housing, Section 8, all type of vouchers, but did not know where it came from, why it was designed, what's its true purpose. And it wasn't designed to be a handout. No, it was designed as a way so you can put yourself on a path for being self-sufficient. And we got to remember, housing is just one part of these programs. It's also the access to resources that's attached to these programs. That some people that's in these programs already, for a lot of these microloans and a lot of these fundings and grants, you already qualified just because you're in the program already.
You know, I got a question. What's a handout?
A pamphlet?
I mean, that's what I would say.
So, in my mind, let's just say all this was a handout. But the handout helps you to be self-sufficient, helps you to be more independent, or independent, should I say. The handout helps you to not just help yourself and your family, but also your community. The handout helps you to be successful. The handout helps you to be financially stable. The handout helps you, even if people were to call it a handout, it's a handout that helps you up, not down. I'm just thinking. That's all.
I mean, even with that, a lot of people need to go back and revisit the Poor People's Campaign and really see what was really going on. Man, if there's nothing else, anyone wants to go over dealing with the P.I.H. Public Indian housing today, we can go ahead and let the relatives get on.
Salvations. I go. Peace to the panel, peace to the chat, peace to the silent majority. Continue on your genealogical journey. Continue doing your genealogy. Know who you are so that no one can tell you who you are. If anyone tells you that genealogy is not important, knowing who you are, knowing who you come from, knowing where you come from, where your family comes from, anyone telling you that is not important is pretty much setting you up for being able to tell you who you are. Know who you are so that no one can tell you who you are. Pass that along to your children so they know who they are, so no one can tell them who they are. Pass it along to your family, your friends, your neighbors. Share that information so that they also have the opportunity to know who they are so that no one else can tell them who they are. Genealogy is key. Genealogy is important. Anyone telling you that it is not key, that it is not important, and it's not necessary, who are they? Who do they come from? Who are their mamas and daddies? Who are their grandmas and grandfathers? Just saying. Continue doing your genealogy. It is important. Census Day was April 1st. But you still have time to do the census. Do the census. It is extended out to October 31st. That is plenty of time. Do the census, not just because it is required by law, but again, make yourself count so that you can count. When we're pulling genealogy records, one of many records that we are pulling to find our family, to find our ancestors, to find our people, to know who they are, we're pulling them from census records. So who will be trying to find you 150 years from now? Who will be looking for you, looking up, pulling census records to find you? Do the census. Make yourself count so that you can count. You've got the decennial census, again, that has been extended out to October 31st. There's plenty of time. It does not take long at all. Go online. It takes all of maybe 5 or 10 minutes, a couple of questions, give a couple of answers. It's very, very simple. It's a few questions on there. That's the decennial census. Then also too, you have the ACS census. Along with the decennial 10-year census, the ACS census is still happening. The ACS census happens every month and every year. It has way more questions on there. The ACS census, unlike the decennial census, is selected by addresses, not people. The decennial census is sent out to every household, everybody. The ACS census is only sent out to selected addresses. The ACS census has a lot more questions on there in connection with businesses, communities, counties, cities, states. That's the programs, when the numbers, the programs that we utilize, the funding that goes to those programs, the funding that goes to the state, the funding that goes to the county, that goes to the city. ACS census. When it comes to elections and who needs to be represented, ACS census. When it comes to businesses that build up, new businesses that come into your communities, into your neighborhoods, into your cities, and into your counties, ACS census. When it comes to employment, ACS census. Parks, ACS census. Schools, ACS census. ACS census is connected to so many different aspects of our daily lives. The roads that are paved, the roads that are built. ACS census. Do the census. Make yourself count so that you can count. Then you've got the 5-year agriculture census that deals with farming and agriculture. Agriculture covers so many different aspects. It's like the ACS census. Agriculture covers so many different daily aspects of our lives. Agribusiness, it's there. Get actively involved. Go onto your city's website or Facebook page. Get notifications. Go onto your county and your state's websites. Get the notifications. Know what's going on in your community. Share that information with others. Just saying, do the census. It is one of many ways that we get our voice out there. So make yourself count so that you can count. Peace to the panel, peace to the chat, peace to the silent majority. With that being said, shout out to you, Double Cousin, for these wise words. Appreciate you. All right. Anyone who has time for drama is not gardening enough. The home gardener is part scientist, part artist, part philosopher, part plague man. And gardening is cheaper than therapy, and you get tomatoes. Peace to the panel, peace to the chat, peace to the silent majority.
I like that last one.
What you got for no Salah?
Peace to everybody that showed up today. Peace to the panel. Peace to the silent majority. Even though you're not typing in the chat, it's all right. We hear you. We see you. Email us at attentionassembly@gmail.com. The Zoom link, I'm going to post it in the chat. The number is on the screen, I believe, right? We got the number on the screen up in the lights.
All the time.
So, yeah, we here. We always here. Y'all can hit us up. Say it all the time. Just do it. Peace, y'all.
Alrighty. What you got for him, Brother James? You good, y'all?
Asha, coming down. Mic check.
I get kicked out again.
No, I hear you.
What is Gabrielle Union doing over there?
Well, she just salutated everybody to death.
I need another thing back up. I need you to do the backup. You know, them old gospel hymns. I need you to hum something for me, like my granny used to do while I go out. Today, people, if you haven't learned anything, you best know right now. If you're not an American Indian, not trying to make you one, because I don't want you to be one if you aren't one, but just know who are the hood rats, They like to do bad things. And who are those that are trying to progress their community? Also would like for you to know that this broadcast is being brought to you by the letters P, I, and H. If you ain't figured it out by now, all the benefits that you're talking about, and everybody's screaming reparations, you better go back and look again. I've always said it before and I'll say it again. These politicians are laughing at us because they know that these things, these programs, these acts, these bills that are now laws and treaties have been put into place for us, by us. If you don't know, now you know. Don't let anybody fool you. Don't let those that try to say that they know law. Oh, man. Don't let them fool you. Anyone that is not talking about the American Indian and you anything but an American Indian is not for you. Just remember that. I want y'all to know that. Take care of yourself and each other. Oh, shout out. I didn't get a chance to do it the other. Shout out to Brother Bones for his award for what he's doing in his community. Still waiting on others. He's talking about doing stuff in their hoods. We don't see any awards or recognitions going on. Can we get a video? No, I'm not going to tell you do a video of a drive-by because I don't want you to incriminate yourself. Can we get a video of somebody actually shouting out your name as you driving through the hood or walking through the hood? Can we get something like that? Can we get footage of that?
Are there hood rat awards?
Oh, man. You done did it. I always count on you to pull through. Oh, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Now, I apologize. And I didn't get to call everyone by name. I'm going to tell you like this. Brother Mike Easton, former quarterback of the New England Patriots. Man, we got to get together this afternoon, or if not, tomorrow after the Cab Grand Rising show. I appreciate you all once again. Oh, man, remember those that are trying to do things in secret, behind the scenes, sneaking around, thinking they're doing things to discredit people? Be mindful, it'll come back to bite you. I want y'all to remember that. Once again, take care of yourself. And again, another double shout out to, this is what I said since Pamela Hall passed. You left right when I was coming back in. But shout out to your chick or Rooster or Schuster or whatever it is. What's the name of that 800-meter runner that found out that she was a hermaphrodite and she can no longer participate in the Olympics in that event? Yeah, shout out to your chicken or Rooster or Booster or something, whatever it is. I'm out.
All right. Thanks again, Gabrielle. No sellout and Brother James, the active chat, and the silent majority coming together to make this possible. And again, today we went through what is P.I.H, Public Indian Housing. And even after the show, save the link and read deeper into it for yourself so you can have the understanding or overstanding, however you want to word it, on what this is, who it applies to, and how it works. And remember, the late Dr. Martin Luther King told us he made it to the mountaintop with us. He got to where the point where the check was, but he wouldn't be there to cash it with us. There's a blank check still sitting there for us in these programs and mechanisms that were designed by American Indians, putting their life on the line. So wouldn't it be the greatest thing to do when we say we're honoring our ancestors is to pick up the pieces, plug into these programs, rebuild our communities, become self-sufficient again? So to all my American Indian brothers and sisters out there, continue to work in your community. Continue to show those who say that it can't work, that we can't build it this way. Continue to prove them wrong by your actions. Continue to work on genealogy and pass on the knowledge and history of genealogy. So therefore, anyone who chooses to know who they are and where they come from, they can. And if you descend from a tribe and if you want to join that tribe, if you just want to embrace your culture, or you choose to do nothing whatsoever, in the end, it's your choice to make. We're not here to tell you what to do or who to be. We're just here to present information to our communities, to our brothers and sisters who know that there's something wrong, and it's time for the American Indian to stand up, take back the responsibility, and fix these conditions. So until we link back up to the next live stream, remember we love you and peace.
Peace, everybody.
Please listen to my demo.
I'm just here to make you think I know what I'm talking about.
But I don't know nothing.
Okay, I was on test.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know y'all was live and all. I just realized I was subscribed to y'all channel.
Well, unsubscribe. No, let me stop. But really though.
Peace, y'all.
Shout out to the first ones to teach you everything.
I've been put that out.
But then don't know what it's about.
I've been saying that.
Is that what you want?
Shout out to Custom Things.
Warning, warning, warning. Hard hats, pickaxe, shovels, boots required.